Okay, as I said a little earlier, we're going to do a special ceremony for Fran Flanders, and I'd like to call up Gary Sislak, our Vice President, to help out with this and to make a few statements and tell you what we're going to do. Does everybody have a candle? If you don't have one, raise your hand. We'll try and get some up to you up here. Raise your hand.
I don't have
the last time we did this was many years ago for Walter Scott Houston. We came up with the idea and went over very well. It's not quite as dark, but you know, that's a good time for him because it's just about when he would have come on anyway, and I'm sure Fran will appreciate it too. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Gary. He's going to make you might not be able to see him up here with that shirt on he has, but he is up here. He looks great too.
Hi everybody. It was very sad news this year when I found out that Fran Flanders had passed. I had the honor of meeting Fran way back in the 90s. Fran was a wonderful woman. Dignity, grace, come up with any good word that described Fran to a T. And one of Fran's true loves was Stellafane. She was a greeter at the clubhouse for many years. And when she was in that clubhouse, that was her duty, that was her job. She took it seriously, and there couldn't have been a better person for that job. Fran was an amazing woman. She's been a member of the Springfield Telescope Makers for years. She was a major contributor to the pavilion, the Flanders Pavilion. A wonderful woman. We have a great loss. When I say she was the first lady of Stellafane, I have a little anecdote to say. I had come up here with one of my nieces, and Fran had a way with children. She had a way with people. She was just such a personable woman. But my niece Ricky was up here in 1995, and there was terrible thunderstorms and everything else, and this poor girl was inconsolable. She was crying and everything else. And I brought her to the clubhouse, and there was Fran sitting there, and she saw her, and she saw my niece crying, and she beckoned her over, and within a minute she had her sitting next to her, and she reached into her pocket and started telling her a story. And out of her pocket she pulled a handkerchief, which she put in her hands, and just started twisting her hands. And she started telling the story about this little mouse that lived at Stellafane. And before you knew it, she kind of popped this little head of a mouse that she had tied with the handkerchief. And it popped out of her hands, and she goes, "Ooh, look, there he is now." And then she took her thumb and made the mouse jump out so it landed on my niece's lap. And by that time, she was laughing, giggling, and having the time of her life, like there was not a problem. That's truly one of the things I remember about Fran. And from that day on, I said, "Whatever can I do for you to make, to thank you for this?" And she pulled me aside and said, "Go down to the department store and get me a thing of handkerchiefs because I'm running out." So needless to say, I gladly went down and bought her some handkerchiefs and gave her a big supply. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to have a candlelight vigil. We're going to light a candle here, and we're going to have members take candles and go up, and we're going to light all your candles, and we're going to enjoy a moment of silence for Fran. Truly one of our great members and a great loss. Thank you.
As the members start to walk back, I want to echo Gary's thoughts about Fran. She was just a wonderful person. I know many of you knew her. I think the thing that was great is that she had the opportunity. Not a lot of people get this opportunity to see the facility that was named after her and get to use it for quite a few years. So she was a pleasure to be around. She's definitely going to be missed. And we hope that this vigil we're doing tonight will pay tribute to her, and that she will see these lights from Stellafane shining on her. So what I'd like everybody to do, let's take your candle, hold it high so she can see it. And Fran, we all love you and we'll miss you. And a quick moment of silence. Thank you all.